own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, fuck the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Zerline out now to kick this one away.
Let's go, fellas. Ready? You ready? Go 50 extra light. Blue down, blue down. Chance. Easy, opposite.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Gets past one man. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down at the 38.
Here we go. 37. And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
Topper!
Snap comes at one, and now Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a first and 10 at the 13-yard line. Shotgun now for Breeze. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let him check. 58, come on. 58, come on.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
The Rams passing game on point right now as they pick up another 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Now it's Zerline to try the Ram field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
11. Smooth.
From the gun, it's Breeze. He's got the former Ram. This is Jared Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Kill. 61, matchbox, lights. 26, Mike. Hey, tighten down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Good. That's 4, ready. 13. 58, boy, 58. Hey, exit. Ready, tackle.
Throwing now is Breeze. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Hey, watch the screen. Ready? 58 for Mike. Bravo. All day, every day, any day. And 58 is a Mike. Go 58 is the Mike.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Aaron Donald drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And his throw here's incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check, 47. Too low.
Back to throw, gone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ken Crowley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Exit. Shift. Check nickel. Hey, kill.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Check. General West. Mike's 59. Guys,
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Check out route. Hot. We go 21. Deuce.
Here's Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 20. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 76 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Breeze now to throw. Again has it complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
5, 26, Mike, 26.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the 1st half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of action.
Kill.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Rams' 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
5-9.
Now Kamara. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Big kill. 11. Here we go. Mike 5-9. Watch QB drop.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, really the 1st round, it was pretty defensively minded. But there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray 1st, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the 1st round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Goff. A deep ball for Gurley. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what...
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Over. Watch the screen.
Breeze now. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Natson, a big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They run. It's Gurley. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Ready. Yellow lady. Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze looking long for Thomas. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, foxtrot. Switch.
Here's Breeze to throw. Looking for Gannon. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Eric Weddle's one of my favorite players in the league, Brandon. A guy that always seems to be in the right place at the right time, making a play on the football. And he has excellent hands, as we just saw there.
We go to live. 180. 56. I don't even know why his team showed up.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On 2nd and 7, Goff looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against his secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
You. Hold on. Check. That's the way.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28, the 40. He's at the 30. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Out of the end zone. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Easy, opposite. 26, Mike. 26, Mike. Coming to you. 26, Mike.
Now Breeze. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 35-yard line.
We go tonight. 180.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Here's Gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Watch the safety creep. Switch. Hey, let's go. Go, Brown.
Out of the gun. Gone. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
We go. 180. Shell. Kill. Slam, slam, slam.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 12.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, let go.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on this.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Yeah, they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the 4th quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
At the 35-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
26 mark.
Breeze going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Breeze. To the right side and complete to Thomas. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Breeze now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8. We're good, we're good. 5-4, ready.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Looking for Thomas, he's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with an extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Gurley again here on first down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
The Rams on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Goff now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
Ready? You ready? You want this? Single receiver, hey. You're 21. Single receiver. Go. 21. You're not ready. 26, Mike.
To throw is Breeze. He's going to fire one deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Push him back.
Listen.
From the 50, it's gone. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
37 yards.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Rams have won the game. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big